Hello YouTube, I'm Metal Stacker and back again after being away for a little bit. Just wanted to show a few things that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks here. Over the last couple of weeks I kind of went on a bit of a road trip to see some family and decided to hit a few spots along the way. Haven't really been to local coin stores before and just kind of wanted to share some of the things that I found. This actually is my first silver eagle that I got, and I just finally got a tube for it, and it's just kind of, I know it's just an eagle, but it's kind of interesting to me, so I thought, I'll show it to you here at the beginning, but finally got in a case. Just going to keep this just a reminder of where I started out at. This was my first silver out, so, but anyway, the first thing I did is I stopped at a pawn shop, and I picked up these two 1 ounce Atlantis Mint bars. And the reason I got those is I stopped there. They had okay prices, not that great. I was looking at their most generic stuff. They had some silver buffaloes there. And these were next to them, so I just asked, well, then what's your price on these? Well, it's all the same price. So I decided, well, even though it wasn't a great price, it was still pretty okay. It was right around $1.50, maybe a little more over spot. So I said, well, for a couple ounces, and just to maybe start a relationship there, I'd give it a shot. But so I picked up those two. Then later on the trip, stopped at a place where one of the people I was with had stopped before, and he kind of is more of a dealer who focuses on historic U.S. coins, some international coins. And you really saw that when you went in the store. That's really what he had out on display, was a lot of silver dollars, Morgans, and peace dollars and that type of thing, along with just different coins from all over the world. Well, so then we asked him, and we didn't even see any eagles, but we just asked him if he had any, and he did. And when we asked him what the price he wanted for was he quoted us a price that was less than $1.50 over spot. So I picked up a tube, and these are 2012s. Picked those up. I think kind of surprised him. I think he kind of maybe threw out a price before he really thought about it too much and decided to just go with it. I don't think he expected us to pick up more than maybe one or two, but he stood by it. So I got these for a really good deal. If I'd had more cash on me, I'd have taken more of them. So I got those, and then on top of that, he had a pretty good deal on junk silver. So I picked up here $3 face of Roosevelt dimes, and then I picked up $1.10 of mercuries. And pretty well cleared out the mercuries he had, except for a couple that just were really, really slicked. These are fairly slick, but not too bad. I mean, you can still make out the dates, 1937, 1940, I think I can still make out the date, 1945. So, not too bad. And then he had one standing Liberty quarter. You can still see it's the date on it. It's a 1927. Pretty slicked, but I don't have one of these yet, or didn't have one of these yet, so I decided to go ahead and pick that up. All for what I thought was a pretty good deal. So then later on in the trip, on the way back, decided to stop into a store that I'd never been to, but had really good reviews in my area. And went in there, and he loved silver dollars. And he talked to you about Morgans and peace dollars, but then you start looking at the rest of the stuff he had in the case, and he really didn't care about the rest of that. So any U.S. currency, and it wasn't even just silver dollars. He liked dollar bills and just collecting U.S. currency. But everything else, yeah, he dealt in it, but you could tell he really wasn't all that excited about it, which to me sounded like a chance to make a pretty good deal. So I got more Roosevelts in pretty good shape. Nothing fancy, but I picked up just a couple dollars. He didn't have a whole lot of them there, and I was kind of tapped for cash at that point towards the end of my trip. But then, same deal as the pawn shop. He looked at all generic silver basically the same, except for he actually did have a good price right around $1 over spot. So I picked up this Vulture Peak Mines 2-ounce poured bar. And then 1-ounce MK Bars poured bar. And then just a couple of generic 1-ounce bars. Here we got a Nevada Silver or Nevada Coin Mart Silver Bar, 1 ounce. And then here was a stamped Engelhard 1-ounce bar. And as long as it was there, I've looked at these Buffalo rounds at several different places. So I say, I'd probably pick up one. So this is the only one I've got. And then he also had the Engelhard Prospectors. So I went ahead and picked this one up because it's 1985 and I was born in 1985. So picked those all up from that last dealer. And the reason I kind of wanted to show all these is it kind of gives you an idea that going to multiple different stores might be a good idea. Because, this guy here that I got these from, he had all this generic, and he really didn't care about it. But if I wanted to buy silver dollars, he would not be the one to go to because he was really proud of them and really wanted high dollar for them. And then, like with getting these at the pawn shop, if you find the right pawn shop, a lot of people say, well, you don't want to go to pawn shops. I think when it comes to selling, that's probably true. But for a lot of them, I don't think silver is a really big part of what they do or what they're up on. So I think you can get some pretty good deals. Like I say, this was an okay deal. I wouldn't say it was amazing. But I'm definitely going to keep going back and just kind of check out what he has. He doesn't have a big inventory, but I'd like to think if I can build a bit more of a rapport with him. And I bought some other stuff, just general tools and other equipment in the past. So, but if I can build a rapport, hopefully can pick up some stuff later on down the line. And then with this guy, he really didn't care about Silver Eagles and was willing to give me a good price on it for that store that he was running. Now, the guy who sold me this stuff, I had him price out Eagles, and he wanted way over spot. He wanted at least, if I remember right, it was right around $4 over spot, so I wasn't interested at all. But that to me is an advantage if you have multiple different places that you can go and check out. You might be able to pick up different things, and then that gives you an idea down the line where to go to if you ever decide to sell. Where I picked up all this generic stuff here, there's no way I'm going to go and sell my generic stuff with him because he made it pretty clear without specifically saying it that he likes U.S. coins and he'll buy generic if somebody has it and he can get a decent deal on it. So anyway, that was kind of those local pickups. And then just as long as I'm showing you here, move them to the side. I also made some eBay pickups of some silver dollars. And these are all culls, but I just find them, the history behind them so interesting and just their age. And they just kind of have a real nice look to them, even though they are culls. I kind of like it. It gives them a little more character, but here you got an 82 and an 80. Here's a 21, which is not exactly a desirable year for Morgan's, but I just love that discoloration to it. And I picked it up for really cheap. But I just think they're so beautiful, even with the blemishes. You get to some of these. I don't really like these so much. I got this as part of a package buy of like 3 or 4 other ones. But when they start getting really slicked, I'm not such a big fan of that. And these ones that are really shiny. If they were like non-circulated, that would be one thing. But this is circulated and it's apparently been cleaned. And it's also a 21, but I got it really cheap, so I decided to go ahead and just pick that up too. Here's another 21 that's kind of been cleaned. Here's what I think is a beautiful colored 1900. Just like that contrast with the dark background. Same here on this 1890. I just really think, even though they're both considered culls, I just think they're so interesting. Here's an 89 and an 83. And then I also got a stack of Peace Dollars. I didn't quite have enough cases, so put this one in just in a bag. But a lot of 22s. Here's a 23. Same deal as with the Morgans. They're all calls, but I just think they're really nice. I'm not going to pick up too many of these unless I can get really good deals on them. And then my goal is I won't put any more in cases or get any more cases. What I'll do there is just if I find something I really like, I'll take some of the ones that I'm not quite as fond of out of the capsules and replace them with the ones I like a little better. So anyway, just thought I would share some pickups and kind of my thoughts on making sure you have multiple places that you can check out and possibly make some pickups. But anyway, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.